At Crestwood Academy, your value is determined by the logo on your SUV and the carat size of your tennis bracelet. I have neither. I drive a 5-year-old Suburban, and my wedding ring is a simple silver band. I wear jeans because I work from home as a software architect, and I value comfort over couture. At drop-off line, I am invisible. Or rather, I am misseen. It started on the first day of school. I was walking my twins, Leo and Mia, to the gate. A woman with a severe blonde bob and designer handbag blocked my path. Her name, I'd learn, was Cynthia, head of the PTA. "Excuse me," she said. Not unkindly, but with the brisk authority one uses with staff. "Nanny drop-off is by the side entrance near the gym. This lane is for parents." I paused. For a second, I thought about correcting her. I'm their mother. I owned the company that built the software on your phone. But I looked at her expectant face, so sure of her worldview, and I just stopped. "Oh, okay. Thank you," I said quietly. I took my children to the side entrance. That was the first quiet cut. The moment I accepted their definition of me. It became a pattern. At soccer practice, other moms would hand me their empty coffee cups to throw away. "You're such a dear," they'd say, never learning my name. In the pickup line, they'd gesture for me to move my car so their Range Rovers could pass. Sometimes they would gossip about Leo and Mia's mother right in front of me. "I've never even seen her," Cynthia would whisper to her clique. "She must be one of those hands-off career types, probably traveling all the time. Thank God for that sweet little nanny she hired. She's so obedient." I stood there, holding my children's backpacks, listening to them erase me from my own family. There is a profound loneliness in being invisible while standing in plain sight. The biggest cut happened during the planning for the annual Spring Gala, the school's most important fundraiser. They were trying to raise money for a state-of-the-art media center. I wanted to help. Technology and education are my passions. I approached the sign-up table, outside the auditorium where the planning meeting was being held. Cynthia was there, clipboard in hand. "Hi, I'd love to join the committee," I said, offering a smile. She looked up, her expression a mix of pity and amusement. "Oh, honey, that's so sweet of you. But these meetings are for parents and guardians. It's policy." She handed me a juice box from the snack table. "Why don't you take this and wait outside? The meeting will be over in an hour. Then you can grab the twins." I stared at the juice box in my hand. A Capri Sun. The universal symbol of being dismissed. I didn't argue. I didn't say, "I am a parent." I didn't say, "My name is Elena and I could code this entire school's network in a weekend." I just nodded. "I understand," I said quietly. I walked out to my Subaru, sat in the driver's seat, and cried for exactly 5 minutes. Not because I was sad, but because I was furious at myself for taking the juice box, for letting them make me feel small again. The hardest part wasn't their assumptions. It was how easily I had played the role they assigned me. The night of the Spring Gala arrived. The school gymnasium was transformed into a glittering ballroom. Everyone was there in tuxedos and gowns. I wore a simple black dress. Cynthia, resplendent in emerald sequins, spotted me near the entrance. "Oh, you're here to help with coat check. Wonderful." She ushered me toward a closet. "We're short-staffed." I stood there for a moment, holding a stranger's fur coat. I remembered the juice box. I remembered the side entrance, and I decided I was done holding things for people who wouldn't hold the door for me. I hung up the coat, walked past the check-in desk, and entered the main ballroom. I sat down at the table reserved for the Board of Trustees. It was empty, save for the headmaster, Dr. Albright. Cynthia saw me and practically ran over, her heels clicking furiously on the floor. "Elena," she hissed, using my name for the first time. "What are you doing? This table is reserved for the biggest donors. You need to move. The staff seating is in the back corner." Before I could speak, the lights dimmed, a spotlight hit the stage. Dr. Albright walked to the microphone. "Welcome, everyone. Tonight is a special night. For years, we have dreamed of a new media center. Tonight, I am thrilled to announce that the dream is a reality." A murmur of excitement went through the crowd. "Thanks to a single extraordinary donation that covers the entire project cost, we will be breaking ground next month." Tension building. Cynthia was still standing over me, her hand on the back of my chair, ready to pull it out. "Please join me in thanking the chairwoman of our new Media and Technology Fund, the CEO of Aurora Systems, and mother to Leo and Mia, Miss Elena Cruz." The spotlight swung across the room and landed squarely on me. The silence at my table was absolute. Cynthia's hand froze on my chair. Her mouth opened, but no sound came out. The color drained from her face, leaving her makeup looking like a grotesque mask. I stood up slowly. I did look at the crowd. I looked only at Cynthia. I didn't smile. I didn't gloat. I just held her gaze with a calm, level stare. "You can keep the juice box, Cynthia," I said quietly, just loud enough for her to hear. "I think you need it more than I do." I walked past her, towards the stage, to accept the applause of a room that had just learned how to see me. The next morning, at drop-off, the dynamic had shifted. It was subtle, like the air pressure changing before a storm. Parents who had never made eye contact now offered tentative smiles and nods. Space cleared around my Subaru in the line. Cynthia was there, by the gate. She looked tired. As I approached with Leo and Mia, she started to say something, an apology, perhaps, or an excuse. I didn't stop walking. I gave her a polite, brief nod, the kind you give a stranger on the street, and walked my children through the main parent entrance. I didn't need her apology. I didn't need her acceptance to know who I was. I was never the nanny. I was the architect, and now I was going to build a school where every child and every parent was seen for exactly who they were. Some people need a spotlight to see the truth. I realized I didn't need their light. I had my own.